I'm Christa Wessel, and this is On Deck with Young Musicians. Every Saturday at 5 p.m. on All Classical Portland, we celebrate young musicians in our community. And today, we'll be meeting 17-year-old cellist Harry Kim. This is a recording of Harry Kim performing Elgar's Cello Concerto with the Oregon Sinfonietta in October. He won that organization's concerto competition. But that wasn't the first time Harry has performed as soloist. He played the opening movement of the Dvorak Concerto with the Jewish Community Orchestra in 2014. He's also been principal cellist of the Portland Youth Philharmonic for 3 seasons. You get the picture. A really talented young musician. But Harry Kim doesn't have any interest in pursuing a musical career.
I've got other things that I want to study as well, but I'm planning to try to keep on playing orchestra in college. Maybe even minor in music if I can.
Oh, so a music major isn't of interest to you?
Oh, no, I'm maybe looking towards something in the science field or maybe in the medical field.
But tell me about that.
Right now I'm doing a biology course and it's very interesting. A little challenging, but still very interesting. One of the other things that I was looking into is maybe even anthropology, because I took a anthropology course last year and it was really interesting. And I actually was born in South Korea, and when I first moved here, it was a little hard to understand some of these cultural differences, and taking that course really helped me understand and really helped me to analyze these things. So it kind of resonated well with me. So.
Oh, interesting. So how old were you when you moved to the States?
I was 4 or 5, but I still spoke Korean at home, and then my mom honestly doesn't speak English very well, so I still speak Korean with her, and inside the house we're still very Korean lifestyle there.
Interesting. Is that kind of double life difficult for you?
No, not at all. It's sometimes if I think about it, it seems like it might be difficult, but it kind of comes naturally.
So how did you choose cello?
Well, I actually started with piano and then played a little bit of the violin. This was when I was really young. And while I was playing violin, I honestly didn't really like it because it was a little bit too high-pitched, and me being the 5-year-old novice violinist as it was a little screechy and didn't really enjoy it. So I kind of stopped playing violin for a while and focused a little bit more on piano. And then I went to my brother's concert for PIP. I think it was when I was 6 or 7. And they were playing the Dvorak New World Symphony. And right at the very beginning, the melody there, I heard the strings playing, and I was wondering, what's that big violin over there? And I asked my brother later that night, and he said, those are called cellos. And I really enjoyed that sound. It sounded almost like a person singing, kind of. It felt most similar to a person's voice, I felt. So it just really struck with me, and I started playing cello and then got lessons.
And were you naturally good at it?
It took a while to play something that was not too screechy, not too ear-splitting, but at first it was a little hard, and it was more my brothers. I was watching them play, and watching them play gave me a little bit more motivation, because if I put some effort into this, I can get up there. But I think it really started probably my freshman and sophomore year of high school. I really started just loving music, and because at that point I could kind of shape the music the way I wanted, so that it really opened up a whole new avenue for me.
So you've been a pretty successful young cellist. I mean, you've soloed with the Oregon Sinfonietta, the Jewish Community Orchestra. You've been principal cello at PYP for 3 seasons now?
I think so, yeah. 3.
So by all measures, a really fine cellist.
Oh, thank you.
But not interested in pursuing it as a career. But given that you've been pretty successful, this is kind of a weird question to ask
That's fine.
a teenager. Do you have any advice for maybe younger cellists or younger musicians who want to get to the level of success that you've achieved?
Well, if I had any advice, it would be to really enjoy the music. Part of the reason that I'm not looking at maybe like a profession or a like a professional future in music is because like playing music as more of a hobby lets me enjoy it a little bit more. And I feel like if I kind of make it like my job or make it something that I'll have to like stress about, then that'll make me so I can't really enjoy the music as much. And I think just having that on the side as something I can turn to when I'm stressed out or when I'm just want to listen to music or play music is something that really is a lot better than trying to pursue that as your one goal. So if I would put those words into advice, I'll probably say just enjoy playing, enjoy listening. Playing in the orchestra really definitely helps to enjoy the music. Just enjoy the music.
So I have to ask, I mean, you have appeared as soloist a couple of times. You played Dvorak with the Jewish Community Orchestra. You played Elgar with the Oregon Sinfonietta very recently. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty stressful thing to do, right? To prepare a concerto and solo. Yeah, really, just a little bit. It's not like overwhelmingly stressful for you.
I feel like it's not too much because like especially with the just because it was a lot more recently, the Oregon Sinfonietta concert. I honestly didn't really practice like intensely. I didn't practice like hours a day. I didn't do anything intense with that. I just played through the Elgar maybe once a day and then worked on a couple of spots here and there, but nothing too crazy. And really, it was just so I can maintain the technical skills.
Because you auditioned well before having to perform, right? Like months and months and months, right? Yeah. Okay.
And then kind of my mindset towards that was that once I have the technical skills down, it's really just in the moment. So like at the concert is when I kind of shape the music. And it could have been a little frustrating. Looking back, it could have been a little frustrating towards the orchestral players because they might not have been able to anticipate what I wanted. But that's really how I felt about that concert.
So as you're waiting backstage, no overwhelming rush of nerves? Like you're pretty calm going out there?
Little nervous, but not too bad.
How about as compared to the Jewish Community Orchestra experience? Was that your first time soloing?
That was my first time.
And so were you much more nervous that time, having never done it before?
Yeah, it was a lot more nerve-wracking. It's actually kind of funny because the Dvorak first movement starts with a quite long orchestra intro, and I think it's like 3 or 4 minutes. It's just the orchestra plays, and then the soloist comes in. But sitting down in that chair, I sat there and I was really nervous. But then, as maybe 1 minute went by, I kept on thinking, "Oh, what should I be doing now?" Because I'm just sitting there with my cello there, and I can't really think of anything to do. So I just closed my eyes and just kind of looked down. And my brother later, he was in the audience. He asked me if I fell asleep during the intro, and I was like, "Oh no, it wasn't that bad," but I just couldn't think of anything to do during that. So yeah, it was. I feel like I don't really get all too nervous in those moments. Like when I know I'm prepared, I don't get nervous. So it was okay.
Well, let me ask, since you've shared that you're not interested in pursuing music as a career, why still do these big concerto competitions? Why go out for those?
Well, it's just I want to share my music. So even if I don't pursue it as a career, I still want to kind of like show what I'm feeling. So I feel like the almost like the whole point of music is that you're trying to express your emotions, or you're trying to express your feelings in a way that in a different medium than just talking or maybe writing, anything like those. And just visually hearing just these raw sounds is what I feel like is really it connects with people a lot more than just writing or just speaking. And by playing music for people, I feel like I can kind of show them who I am. I can kind of establish like what I feel at that time, what I'm going through, what I want to express to people. So I feel like playing concerts, playing in the orchestra is really for that, to kind of show people what I'm feeling, show people kind of what I'm about.
That's 17-year-old cellist Harry Kim. We are hearing him perform the opening movement of the Dvorak Concerto with the Jewish Community Orchestra back in 2014. I'm Christa Wessel, and this is On Deck with Young Musicians, made possible in part by the Metropolitan Youth Symphony, currently enrolling new students to begin in the new year. Placement auditions for orchestra, band, or jazz will be held January 2nd, 4th, and 5th. For more information or to register, you can go online to playmys.org. Do you play chamber music too?
Yes, I played with the chamber orchestra for PYP. It's called the Camerata Orchestra. We play a little bit more unconventional pieces in those, and it was really enjoyable. We played a couple of really interesting pieces, a couple by like Ernest Bloch, Kenji Bunch we played, and it's a little bit more contemporary, and I feel like at first it was hard to get into that music, but then once I started actually playing it, it was just awesome.
Can you describe how that more contemporary music makes you feel versus Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, that kind of thing?
I think the first piece that I really felt like, oh, this is really cool and interesting was Kenji Bunch's Super Maximum. And that was interesting because there was a bunch of stomping and things that I've never done in an orchestral setting. And at first I thought, oh, what is this? This is so weird. Like, this is not like normal. Like, why are we playing this? But after a while, after playing it, after practicing it, I really started to feel the music almost like in more, I guess you could call it like a more classical, a more normal classical piece. It's trying to use what's available or trying to use what has already been used to convey a emotion and convey a feeling. But I feel like with these contemporary pieces, it's more branching out into new mediums or new things you can do with what's available. And that was really interesting because it taught me, oh, music is not just, it doesn't have boundaries. I can drum on my cello if I want. I can hit the cello. I can stomp on the ground and make percussion sounds. I can do all these things. So it was really kind of taught me that I can do these things with me.
Do you listen exclusively to classical music, or do you listen to other things too?
Well, I actually listen to almost all types of music. I listen to like pop music, R&B. Have a side to me that listens to some hip hop and rap. I'm not sure. I feel like it's kind of funny because on my YouTube account, you know how YouTube kind of gives you recommendations of what music to listen to, what videos to watch. Well, it's really all kinds of music there. There on one screen I have Beethoven, on the other I have like Waka Flocka, and then I feel like really just all types of music kind of resonate with me. Like sometimes it's hard getting into other types of music, but then once I'm in, I kind of feel like I see what's good about this, and I get to enjoy it a lot more then.
Do you feel like you're a better classical musician for having an enjoyment of other types of music?
I feel like so, yeah, because like a lot of these like popular, kind of more like pop classical songs, like for example, I know the piano guys did something with Poshbell's Canon, and I was able to play that with a couple of other cellists. And in the middle of that song is is a part where you kind of drum on your cello, and at that time, some of the other cellists, I won't like name them or anything, but I felt like they didn't really know like what to drum out because it was just on the spot. Like there's no written beats or anything. It's just you do what you want, and because they were more focused in on the classical element in the playing in the actual cello element of the piece, they didn't really know what to do with the drumming part, and that's kind of where my, I guess, like the hip hop side of my music taste kind of came in, because I kind of had a little beat going there, and it was really fun to kind of express like another genre of music into like Poshbell's Canon.
Non-musically, well, we mentioned that you have an affinity for the sciences at school. What do you do when you're not in school, when you're not playing the cello? What are your hobbies?
I play golf a lot, and I played for the varsity team at my high school the last 2 years.
Can I ask why golf?
I would say I play golf because it's the only like sport where you can play between ages. Take for example football. If you play football in high school, that's great, but if you want to play football against someone who's 60 years old, you can't really do that. But I feel like playing golf really lets you connect with a wide range of people. Like later on, it'll be less about the sport itself, but rather having something to do while you're conversing with the person for a few hours. And it's really a great way to just learn about people, kind of get to know a lot of people. So that's really the reason why I play. My name is Harry Kim, and right now I'm a senior at Sunset High School. I'm 17 years old.
You could be doing anything with your time. I mean, you've got academics, you've got golf, you've got all kinds of things. Why do you do music? What does it do for you? Why do you spend so much time with music?
It helps me to kind of calm down. It helps me to release some of the things, like emotions inside me. I almost feel like when I play music, like the things in my brain just come out with the music, and it really just helps to clear my head a lot.
And how has playing music made you a better person?
I think that really the way that music has helped me become a better person is that it's helped me to connect with almost just humanity, I guess, if you want to say that. Like, it's almost like how reading books helps you to gain a kind of wider view of the world. Like, if you read a book, you kind of get the author's message, get what he or she is trying to tell you. Same way with music. If you play the music, or if you listen to the music, then you kind of understand what the composer is trying to tell you. And it just lets you delve into someone else's mind for a little bit and understand what they're going through, what they're trying to do here. And I feel like that's almost like just kind of picking out the knowledge from other people and adding it to yourself. So I guess in that way, it really helps me to become a more worldly person.
That's 17-year-old cellist Harry Kim. You can catch him on stage as principal cellist of the Portland Youth Philharmonic. I'm Christa Wessel, and this has been On Deck with Young Musicians. Every Saturday at 5, we celebrate young musicians in our community. And I want you to know that every single episode of On Deck has been permanently archived at the All Classical Portland website. To listen to this episode again or any of the others that came before it, just head to allclassical.org, click Programs, and then On Deck. And please feel free to contact me with feedback about this program by email at Christa, that's CHRISTA, at allclassical.org. And thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you on deck again next Saturday.